welcome you to Marvin Ridge High School for our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week in Waxhaw, North Carolina tonight. A non-conference matchup. It's the Mavericks of Marvin Ridge hosting the Knights from Ardrey Kell. Should be a good one tonight. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Glad you're tuned in with us from wherever you may be. We just saw a really good women's game, 39-37 final score. And now for the second of our doubleheader. Ardrey Kell, 6-3, come in out of the SOMAC 4A conference. That's one of the best conferences, not just in the Charlotte Metro, but in the state of North Carolina. When you think about Olympic, you think about Myers Park that won the state title a year ago. And for the Knights, it all starts with Delani Hammonds, who is a 15-point-per-game scorer, but he averages 8 assists. He's the QB for Mike Kraft's team. And on the other side, for Marvin Ridge, off to a good start, 5-1. They're out of the Southern Carolina 4A conference. Josh Clark, 10-point-per-game scorer. He gets 5.5 rebounds a game tonight. He'll have to be big to take down a good Ardrey Kell team. National anthem getting ready to be played. We've got the tip-off coming up here in just a moment. Welcome back to our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week from Marvin Ridge High School tonight. Starting lineups being introduced on the floor, getting ready to tip it off here from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Tell you what, it is packed in here tonight. These two teams just a short distance apart. Both student sections alive in this one. In a non-conference matchup, we look at Marvin Ridge, 5-1 in the Southern Carolina 4A conference. Again, there's only 5 teams in their league now, but had some really good teams in years past. Adam Haynes does a great job with this program. There's Josh Clark. We highlighted him in the open, number 10 in white. He's like the Swiss Army knife for the Mavericks. 10.5 points a game, 5.3 rebounds a game, and almost 3 assists. There's not much that he doesn't do for Marvin Ridge when you look at their production this year. Both these teams with games last night, so a back-to-back week for these two teams. Ardrey Kell in the purple unis. They've got the white letters, white numbers. They're coming off of a 14-point win at Cuthbertson last night. You look at Mike Kraft's team, they have won 5 straight games, starting to find their niche a little bit. And here we go from Marvin Ridge High School. Jack Sheridan to jump it up against Owen Wacker, the 6'6 junior. Marvin Ridge in the white, Ardrey Kell in the purple. And the Mavericks win the tip. We're underway on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Wild shot off glass, rebound, Matthew Kraft. That is Mike Kraft, the head coach's son. number 4 in purple. Works it around the top. Bryson Thomas, who they call Mr. Consistency. Inside, Wacker trying to go to work. And rebound collected by Josh Clark. And Clark will bring it up the floor. Swiss Army knife, he's explosive at just 5'10". Here he is looking for a crease. Clark crosses over. That one deflected momentarily by Bryson Thomas. Almost a minute into the first quarter. Nearly a turnover. And saved back in play to Sheridan. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. At the top, Sheridan again, double clutches and finishes. And the Mavericks on the board first. Here to start the game. Just a minute and a half into play. You think about an Ardrey Kell team that graduated a 20-point scorer, Brock Rose, last year. And slicing to the bucket and drawing the foul is Wacker. And he'll head to the free throw line. We highlighted number 5 in purple, Delani Hammonds, in the open. Caden Caskey, number 11 for Ardrey Kell. We're going to call his name quite a bit as well as Wacker steps up and drains the first. Ardrey Kell, the largest school in the state of North Carolina. They've got over 3,500 kids in enrollment now. Marvin Ridge right at 2,000 enrollment. And second one won't drop for Owen Wacker. And we've got a whistle as the officials going to get together and talk. You see Mike Kraft in the background. He's the head coach for Ardrey Kell. He was a 16-year college coach. Stops at App State, Western Carolina, Davidson, and Wingate. He's been around some really good schools in the state of North Carolina at the college level as an assistant coach. And with 6:24 left to go in the first quarter, it'll be Mavericks basketball leading 2-1. Yet Ardrey Kell last year made it to the SOMAG 4A Conference Tournament Championship. Made it to the third round of the state playoffs, Mike Kraft's crew. And a whistle and a foul comes in as we take a second look. Marshall Payne on the drive was hacked on the yard. And he'll head to the free throw line with 6:08. Marshall Payne, just a sophomore. Good size at 6'1". First one rattles off. Marshall Payne, just 6 points a game. Is in the starting lineup tonight. Misses them both. And rebound Knights. Delani Hammonds, number 5, who we highlighted. Pull up Jay. He can really get going. They call him the microwave, does Mike Kraft. And it rims off. Attacking on the other end is Marshall Payne. And he's fouled again. Take a second look. The sophomore is going to go right back to the free throw line for Marvin Ridge. We're not even 3 minutes into the first quarter here. Marshall Payne again steps up and strokes it. We mentioned Ardrey Kell making the short trip to Waxhaw tonight. They brought a big crowd as well. You look at that student section behind the Ardrey Kell bench. Here's Delani Hammonds. Back out top, Matthew Kraft, the sophomore. That's the coach's son. Caden Caskey's the leading scorer, number 11 in purple. He's a 20 points per guy. Hammonds, crossover. Hammonds absorbing contact. Tapped around, out of bounds. It'll go back to Marvin Ridge. Both teams trying to settle in a little bit here. This is Brady Dunn, the junior. Payne kicks. Clark, he'll try a three. You betcha. There he is, Josh Clark from deep. And the Mavericks off to a 6-1 start. Delani Hammonds surveys the floor right now. Preston Griffiths just checked in, number 10. He's a great player for Ardrey Kell. Jab step, Hammonds, step back, got his man in the air, and instead he'll give it off. Hammonds again trying to create. Caskey, oh, nice move. Pull up Jay, Caden Caskey, you betcha. On the soft touch. 6-3, 4:22 to go in the first quarter. Here's Josh Clark attacking. Clark can't finish. And blocking foul called against Ardrey Kell. We'll take a second look. So Josh Clark to the free throw line for Marvin Ridge, who knocked down that three just a moment ago. And steps up and knocks down the first. With Josh Clark, one of those guys, senior leader at 5'10". He's got some hops. He's got some explosiveness to his game. He's got 5 of the Mavericks' 8 points right now. Here's Delani Hammonds. Coach Kraft calls him the quarterback of this team. Caskey. Wacker posting up, calling for it. They didn't see him. Caskey, Euro step. Oh, nice move. Caden Caskey. Mike Kraft told me before this game started, he said Caden Caskey is one of the more underrated players in the Charlotte Metro, and he's showing it right now in the first quarter. And Wacker pulls in the rebound. Here's Caskey again. From 3. You betcha. Knotted up at 8 apiece. That's Matthew Kraft, coach's son, knocking it down and tying it up at 8. We got a ball game in here, folks. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Back and forth we go. 2 4A teams. Short distance apart, but a non-conference game. Kick out. Clark again. Same spot. His second triple the first quarter. Back and forth we go. Hammond surveys. Mike Kraft's offenses are always beautiful. Ball screens, cutters, reversals. Take a look. Wild shot. Caskey gets it back. He'll spin. Caskey hangs. Can't get it to go. Back up. Wacker had it knocked out of his hands. Brady Dunn with a steal. Clark, he's had the hot hand in the first quarter. Gets to the 10 and lays it home. Attacking and finishing. Lead up to 8 for Marvin Ridge. Caskey muscles his way up. Caskey with the finish. Caden Caskey with 2 more for Ardrey Kell. Off a curl. Open look from 3. Short. Rebound Knights. Just over a minute to go. Matthew Kraft attacking. Trying to drop it off. This one picked back up. Loose change. Bridges had it momentarily, gets it back. And Clark will survey the floor. Relani Hammond's locked up on him. 54 ticks left. Clark, corner three, you betcha! Little bit of a heat check and he's feeling it. Relani Hammond's surveying with 32 seconds left. Wacker was calling for it at the post. Instead, get it back to Hammonds at the top. They're going to wind this down and play for the last shot of the quarter. 14 seconds left. Hammonds trying to make his move. Hammonds bounces it. This one inside Griffiths. Back to Caskey. Short off the front rim. 2 seconds left. Done the heave from midcourt. Nearly went. And after one, the Mavericks lead by 6. 16-10 on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. It's 16-10 after the first quarter. Marvin Ridge on top. It was the Josh Clark show, who we highlighted in the open. Knocked down a few threes for the Mavericks, and Caskey cuts back door and finishes. Tell you what, Caden Caskey, folks, so good at finishing through contact and an offensive foul here. Give it back to Ardrey Kell. And substitutions come in 20 seconds in to the second quarter. (16-12). Delani Hammonds tonight did not play in their game last night. They didn't know, and he was back in the lineup tonight. A little bit quiet in the first quarter for Ardrey Kell. We'll see if they can get him going. And there's a whistle and a foul against the Knights after the loose rebound tracked down by Payne. And that's going to be team foul number 1 on the Knights. And Marvin Ridge will have the basketball. And Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We're glad you're tuned in with us. Friday night we go to Garinger. We've got Independence at Garinger. Next Tuesday we got West Rowan at Concord. We got good high school basketball all season long right here in the Charlotte metro market. Payne trying to save it. Oh, good find underneath, but a foul as Morris went up. He was knocked to the floor. Get a second look on the no-look dish from Bridges. And Morris is going to head to the free throw line for the Mavericks. A guy that pulls in about 3 rebounds a night for Marvin Ridge. Claims the first one short. Well, it's going to be fun when North Carolina talking about reclassification to what would be 8 different classifications. Right now it just goes 1 to 4A. It'll be fun to see where these two teams end up. We mentioned Ardrey Kell is the largest school in the state, but there's a new school being built right in that Ballantyne area that will open next year. Matthew Kraft looking inside for Wacker. Wacker underneath, trying to go to work. He's got the size advantage on Morris. Drops it off, tough move. Preston Griffiths off glass. 17-14. Payne attacking, kicking, 3-ball, no. Sky for the rebound. That's Owen Wacker. Here comes Kraft in transition. Brett Freeman looked at it, finds Caskey, automatic on a smooth jumper. Just under 6 to go, first half here at Marvin Ridge High School. Josh Clark was cooking in the first quarter. Has 11 of the 17 Mavericks points right now in the first half. Here he is again, all alone for 3. And can't get the bounce. Out of bounds. Ardrey Kell basketball with 5:20 left in the second quarter. Matthew Kraft, just a sophomore, brings it up. And Coach Kraft's got a couple of sons. One's a senior that's going to play college baseball next year. He's a senior at Ardrey Kell. And Matthew Kraft, the sophomore, knocks it down from the corner. And Ardrey Kell has the lead, approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Slicing baseline, kick out, Morris sets his feet for 3. He knocks it down. Off the bench, Jaden Morris connects from deep, and the Mavericks back up by 1. This game back and forth so far in the first half. Oh, step back Jay, smooth, nick the iron, Wacker saves it, excellent save right to Griffiths. He can't get the roll. Fight for the rebound, and Clark tracks it down in the corner. Just over 4 to go, second quarter. Dunn, catch and shoot 3. Can't get it to drop. All around, it comes off. Here's the kick. Griffiths, he'll try it from deep. Wacker, another nice save, but right to Morris. Clark in transition. Coast to coast, bucket. 22-19. And a timeout by Adam Haynes and Marvin Ridge. With 3:40 left to play in the second, we'll take it with them here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, your outdoor kitchen and tailgate headquarters. Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, the household name for quality and trust. And last but not least, Charlotte's hometown legal team, the Downer Law Firm. It's 22-19. We got a ball game, folks. 3:40 left to play in the first half here at Marvin Ridge High School. An Ardrey Kell team that's won 5 straight, and a Marvin Ridge team that's off to a 5-1 start here in a non-conference December matchup. With balanced attacks from both teams. Caden Caskey, Josh Clark, all the big names we knew coming in are living up to the hype here in the first half. Here's Caskey. Such a great ability to create his own shot. Mike Kraft, as we mentioned, the head coach for Ardrey Kell, he coached at the college level 16 years, says Caden Caskey is going to be a good one for somebody. And how about the drop off to Wacker, who lays it home. Back to a 1-point game with under 3 to go. Deep three. And Wacker pulls in the rebounds. Here comes Kraft for Ardrey Kell, and they'll slow it up. Hammonds to the bucket. Hammonds wave it off. Whistle comes in first, and there was a foul on the floor. Ardrey Kell will trigger it in underneath their own hoop along the baseline. They inbound to Wacker. Wacker trying to muscle it up. Wild shot. Clark secures it. And here comes Dunn and the Mavericks of Marvin Ridge. Morris shot fake at the top. Clark surveys. All trying to no-look feed inside to a rolling Gargis. And it's out of bounds. So Ardrey Kell with a chance to take the lead here with 2:12 to go in the second quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you tonight. Brady Pugh, our producer, and the rest of our Bahakel Sports crew bringing you the action here from Waxhaw. Tap back, Wacker, yes! And Ardrey Kell's got the lead. 23-22. Owen Wacker's been a really good cleanup guy on the boards so far in the first half for Ardrey Kell. High post feed. Marshall Payne, the sophomore. Back out, Dunn. He'll try a three. Long rebound. Offensive board. Mavericks back up. Swatted away by Wacker. And it'll stay on this end with the Mavericks. Get a second look at the block by the 6'6 junior, Owen Wacker. Kid that played some time as a sophomore last year for Ardrey Kell. We mentioned they made the sectional final a year ago. And there comes Jake Weckerly into the game for the first time. And out in transition, they find Caskey off the block from Weckerly. And again, off glass, Dunn kisses it off the window. Number 33 in purple, and for Ardrey Kell, just came into the game. He's 6'9", folks. Trying to go to work inside. He shuffled the feet. It's a travel. And a turnover back to Marvin Ridge. 1-point game. It has been back and forth. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Payne, the sophomore, spinning down the alley. Oh, he gets it to drop. Nice move by the sophomore, Marshall Payne. And Mavericks back up by 1. They retake the lead. Jelani Hammond's 55 assists and just 16 turnovers, the one with the rock right now for Ardrey Kell this year. Kick out, Griffiths, long rebound, tracked in by Bridges. He'll pull it near as the time expires. And the first half comes to a close. Marvin Ridge has the lead, 26-25. We'll be right back with our Downer Law Firm halftime report. We welcome you back to our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. It's time for our Downer Law Firm halftime report presented by Bahakel Sports. 26-25, Marvin Ridge retook the lead right there in the last minute of the second quarter. They've got a 26-25 lead, and it was back and forth. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes in that first half, and this one's lived up to the hype, no doubt about it. Well, folks, high school football may have come to an end, but there's still the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas taking place on Saturday, and we've got an area coach that's going to be on the sidelines. Take a look.
Johnny Sal was a staple of Monroe High School. He returned to his alma mater in 1986 to take over as the head football and basketball coach, and even dabble in track and field, with one thing keeping him going throughout the decades.
Well, I enjoy the kids, and I've always said as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep on doing it.
Now he has another opportunity to make an impact. Sal was chosen to represent North Carolina as their head coach in the 87th Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, one of the oldest bowl games in which all of the profits from the All-Star game go towards the Shriners Hospital.
It's a great experience. It's not only for getting on the field, it's about what the cause is. And that's the thing that we're going to talk to them about all week, about why you're here, what the Shriners are about, what they're doing, why they're raising the money, those kind of things.
Sal has some experience with this game. He was an assistant coach in 2010, while his son was on the team.
It's a good experience for them to actually understand what type of coach they have. You know, a veteran coach, a guy that has so much experience and I actually know so much about football, and you know, to be having that exposure as an athlete, I know they're excited as well.
Coach Sal will receive his Shrine Bowl jacket before their game on Friday, a rematch against Porter Ridge in our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
Well, I mean, I tell everybody it's the second one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's over, but to get that honor and for people, coaches in the community that speak highly of what we've done, what I've done, that's a big honor. It's a big honor.
Reporting in Monroe, Jack Taylor, Bahakel Sports.
One-point game here at Marvin Ridge High School as we come back on our Downer Law Firm halftime report. All right, folks, Friday night we are heading to Garinger. It's the Independence Patriots taking on Garinger in a conference matchup. We'll have the women's game starting at 6 o'clock, the men to follow at 7:30. That's streaming live right here on BahakelSports.com. And then a week from tonight, Concord, the Spiders, playing host to West Rowan. That'll be our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Same game time, 6 and 7:30. All that right here on BahakelSports.com. Right now, it's a one-point game, 26-25. We'll be right back with the second half. 26-25 as we get set to begin the second half of play here at Marvin Ridge High School. Ardrey Kell out of the SOMAC 4A Conference, Marvin Ridge out of the Southern Carolina. It was back and forth in the first half. Kendall Lewis here with you. We are glad you're tuned in, and get your popcorn ready for this second half. If it's anything like the first, we're in for a good one here to finish. Mavericks in the white, Ardrey Kell in the purple. We mentioned Delani Hammonds did not play in the Knights' win last night at Cuthbertson. He was a game-time decision. And how about the ball movement to start the second half as they find a cutting Marshall Payne for two. And the Mavericks with a 28-25 lead. Here's Delani Hammonds, does so much, finds a cutting Caskey. Sweet dish and the finish off glass. Well, Hammonds wasn't much of a score in the first half for Ardrey Kell, but you see it right there, the floor vision. He's a guy that is underrated, I think, heavily. One of the best players in the Charlotte Metro. Clark wants the baseline. Did he step out? Whistles come in. There's a foul. Contact along the baseline. We'll take a second look. Say he got hacked on the arm a little bit by Owen Wacker, who was charged with the foul. Team foul number 1 of the second half. And Josh Clark, a kid that hit 4 threes in the first half for the Mavericks, swirls in the first one. Tell you what, Josh Clark, we highlighted him in the open. He was a 10.5-point scorer. At one point in that first half, he had 11 of the 17 Mavericks points. And he goes 2 for 2 with the charity stripe. Here's Matthew Kraft, the sophomore. Hammonds looking inside. Bounce feed, off glass, yes. Owen Wacker, the 6'6 junior. Mike Kraft's offenses are beautiful. We saw it, we talked about it in the first half. Ball screens, cutters, reversals. Here's the kick, done. Off the back of the iron, he'll try it again from deep. Marshall Payne runs it down. How about a third chance for the Mavericks? Payne slicing, dicing, kicks, done. Again, another open look. And finally, the Ardrey Kell Knights corral the rebound. Hammonds attacking, hanging, floating, and the rebound pulled in. And Josh Clark will slow it up a little bit for Marvin Ridge. Clark wants the baseline, teardrop, rattles in and out. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Marvin Ridge. Can Josh Clark keep that hot hand for the Mavericks in the second half? Quick inbound. They'll kick it back out. And a little bit of miscommunication as the Mavericks will reset. Adam Haynes calls a play from the sideline for the Mavericks. High post feed, entry. Jack Sheridan. Here's Dunn. Kick out. Sheridan looked at the three. Back to Payne, the sophomore. Cuts inside. Nowhere to go. Josh Clark cuts and finishes. It took a long time, folks, but the Mavericks able to convert. And Hammonds will walk it back up the floor. Delani Hammonds looking for that step back J. Quick crossover dribble, kicks it out. Kraft shot fake into the paint. He spins, bucket and the foul. Matthew Kraft, the coach's son, with the hoop and the harm. And a chance at 3 and to tie this game up. Mike Kraft told me, he said, Matthew's development from his freshman year to his sophomore year, tremendous, and it's shown off tonight. We're tied at 32. Mavericks break the pressure. Sheridan trying to reverse it. Wacker blocked it, and there's body contact. Get a second look at the foul. And Jack Sheridan to the free throw line. 6'1" senior. Knocks down the first. You got two really good head coaches, Adam Haynes, Mike Kraft, going against each other. Two schools that are very close in proximity. Two different conferences, the Southern Carolina and the SOMAC, two of the best conferences in the area. And Hammonds throws it away. Little miscommunication from Ardrey Kell. That's the first turnover from Hammonds tonight, and just his 17th through 9 games this year. That's a kid that's got 60 assists to just 17 turnovers on the year right now. That's a rarity for Delani Hammonds. Dunn, inside feed. Wild shot, good box out by Hammonds. He pulls in the rebound. Hammonds looking for Wacker, who was posting up inside. Back out top, Hammonds spins, kicks. Griffiths will try the three. Wacker, offensive board. Loose ball on the floor. Marvin Ridge has it, and then a jump ball. And possession arrow will keep it with the Knights of Ardrey Kell. With 4:02, we're going to keep it rolling here for Marvin Ridge. And a turnover. Hammonds threw it away on the inbounds. Here's Josh Clark. Step back three on the way. You betcha. St. John Bridges knocks it down. Right in front of the Mavericks student section. And lead back up to 4 for Marvin Ridge. We got a wild one in Waxhaw tonight. Hammonds trying to muscle it up. Couldn't get it to go. Griffiths had it knocked out of his hands. In transition, kick out, Bridges again from the opposite corner. And a foul out top as Freeman tried to take it to the rack. And this may send us to a timeout here with 3:14. It's going to. We'll take it. 4-point game from Waxhaw. (36-32), 4-point lead for Marvin Ridge as we come back to you here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Well, we've got a dogfight tonight. I tell you what, two teams that are going to be good in their conferences. course, we talked about Ardrey Kell's conference. They've got the defending state champion in Myers Park at the 4A level in their league. This is an Ardrey Kell team that made the sectional final last year. Mike Crafts has always got his teams at the top. And too easy for Caskey. That's a 20-point score per game, and the Mavericks lost it. Inside they work it. Turn around, swirls in. How about Wyatt Haynes with his first bucket of the night? Four-point Mavericks lead. Hammonds surveys the floor. There's a whistle off ball and a foul going against Marvin Ridge. And it's going to go against Brady Dunn. It was away from the ball with 2:11. And now Morris is going to check in for Bridges on the Marvin Ridge side of things. Third team foul on the Mavericks with 2:11 to go in the third quarter. Caskey's been a little bit quiet. Team's leading scorer, number 11 in purple for Ardrey Kell coming into this one in the second half. Hammonds, he'll hoist from three. Off the mark, offensive board pulled in. They get it back to Caskey. Caskey slithers in the paint. He was tripped up. And another foul against Marvin Ridge. Or was it? Yep. Their fourth team foul with 1:51. And Caden Caskey will go to the free throw line. Guy that averages almost 21 a game for Ardrey Kell. Mike Kraft calls him a microwave. Says that he's a smart player. He takes good shots, but he's got the neon green light to shoot it from anywhere on this team. Heavily underrated. He's got one offer from Division III, William Peace, and Dunn hits it from deep. (41-35). Kraft to try to answer. Tapped around, Dunn secures the rebound. Down the baseline, Payne kicks it. Morris up for three. Loose ball picked up by Hammonds. Up ahead, Caskey. Oh, sweet move. And Caskey finishes off glass. And whistles come in. And now things starting to get chippy. Little bumping and shoving going on. And the official's going to try to get a control on this one. Take a second look at the move, the finish from Caskey. And now the official's going to gather together to talk things over here. And this has been a live environment tonight for Marvin Ridge High School. Both schools, student sections from the front row to the top. With 102, 41-37. We mentioned these two schools in close proximity to one another. Ardrey Kell making the trip from that Ballantyne area to Waxhaw. There's a look at Marvin Ridge, 5-1 in the Southern Carolina 4A Conference. And folks, once again, we're heading to Garinger Friday night. We've got Independence and Garinger. Two good women's programs. Garinger women off to a 7-1 start so far this year. A week from tonight, we'll have West Rowan at Concord right here on BahakelSports.com. So Marvin Ridge with the basketball. They'll inbound right in front of their own bench. Pull up, way off the mark. Caskey leaking out in transition. Caskey floats and finishes. Caden Caskey again leaks out in transition and finishes off glass. 2-point game. Marshall Payne had it poked loose momentarily. And timeout taken by Adam Haynes, the head coach for Marvin Ridge. With 28.9 seconds left. And we'll keep it right here on BahakelSports.com. Folks, you can also check out Game On. That's streaming 7 p.m. Monday nights right here on BahakelSports.com. Jeff and Jack Taylor will take you all through the Charlotte metro area of the high school hoop scene and other sports going on across the high school landscape in Charlotte and surrounding counties. Be sure to tune in 7 p.m. on Monday nights right here on BahakelSports.com. So we mentioned it, Ardrey Kell, their schedule only going to get tougher. They're 6-3. They've won 5 straight games. This is a team that graduated a 20-point scorer a year ago in Brock Rose, who is now at a post-grad school down in Florida. Well, Mike Kraft said this team's really come together over the last 5 games. Now, their conference, the SOMAC 4A, it's always one of the best in the state. Well, Marvin Ridge basketball. Late third quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We had a 2-point finish in the women's game earlier with Marvin Ridge winning it 39-37. This one living up to the billing as well. Brady Dunn with 11 makes his move. Dunn surveys. Dunn kicks it. Corner pocket 3. Clark nearly banked in, and the third quarter is going to come to a close. 41-39. 2-point game. Get your popcorn ready. We'll have the fourth right after these messages. Tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. And by Charlotte's hometown legal team, the Downer Law Firm. We come back to you for the fourth quarter here, 41-39. Marvin Ridge leading by 2. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Tell you what, this has been a good one tonight. It's Dunn, misses on the 3. Clark trying to put it back. He can't. And a fight for the rebound. Out of bounds, they say Ardrey Kell basketball. Delani Hammond's quiet offensively as far as the scoring column goes tonight, but his presence out there is a big one. A whistle and a foul as Freeman got tangled up trying to pull in the rebound. Team foul number 1 of the fourth quarter here with 7:32 left to go. Josh Clark had a monster first quarter, 4 made threes for the Mavericks. Gets it back out top. Sheridan. He'll hand back off to Brady Dunn. Dunn guarded by Matthew Crafts. Dunn to the bucket. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Clark back up. Marvin Ridge wanted a foul, they didn't get it. Sheridan will light it up for 3. And a big rebound pulled in by Griffiths. Griffiths coast to coast. Griffiths to Freeman. Caskey dials it from 3 and can't get the bounce. That's the look they wanted from their 20 points per game scorer, Caden Caskey. And Marvin Ridge will reset. Quinn sends it underneath the Bridges. He had a big 3 early in the third quarter. .608 left to go. Clark slicing. Clark gets the roll. Josh Clark muscles it up for 2 more. Hammonds off the screen and roll action. A steal by Dunn. Dunn looking to drop it off, and Caskey deflects it out of play. Marvin Ridge will trigger it in underneath their own hoop. Waning minutes of this game ticking down. Dunn, floater off glass, smooth as silk for Brady Dunn, the junior. And lead back up to 6 for the Mavericks. Caden Caskey, the ability to create his own shot. He passes it up, and a big-time 3 from Brett Freeman. Back to a 3-point game with 5 to go. Poked loose. Picked up by the Knights. Freeman, coast to coast. Freeman, the finger roll. He can't get it to drop, but he's heading to the line to shoot 2. Talk about the charity stripe. Going to be big coming down the stretch. Brett Freeman at the line. Comes up empty on the first. Head coach Mike Kraft said Brett Freeman has been a guy that's really had to step up this year. Just came back at Thanksgiving. They just got him back a couple of weeks ago. This is an Ardrey Kell team that's battled some injuries. to start the year. We mentioned Delani Hammonds didn't play in their game last night. Was back tonight, so this is a Knights team is starting to get healthy again. They got to find a way. Marvin Ridge 5-1 on the year. Sheridan, shot fake. He'll drive and kick. Extra pass, back out front. Payne gives it up. Mavericks burning some clock here. Sheridan fakes left, goes up with the right, and the rebound Hammonds. Ardrey Kell can tie or take the lead here. And Caden Caskey calling for it. Freeman just hit a three a moment ago. You betcha! Same spot for Brett Freeman. And the Knights have the lead. Dunn to try to answer. Off the mark, Hammonds corrals the rebound. And Delani Hammonds trying to slow it up for Ardrey Kell. All of a sudden, the Freeman, heat check, you betcha! My goodness, 3 threes in the fourth. And Brett Freeman's caught fire. We'll take a break. 4-point lead, Ardrey Kell. Brett Freeman with 3 made threes here in the fourth quarter, and Ardrey Kell has the lead at 49-45. 3:27 left to go. And Mike Kraft's crew, who has trailed most of the game, it was a 1-point game at the half, 26-25. We had multiple ties and multiple lead changes in the first half. I'll tell you what, these two schools at the 4A level, close in proximity. Non-conference matchup in December. Both coaches knew this would be a great test coming into tonight. It's been a good one. Bridges off a curl, short, and Freeman corrals the rebound. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Here's Freeman again. He wants it. And so did the Ardrey Kell student section. Freeman sizing up Clark. Freeman looking to drive. Freeman. And he was fouled. Let's see who they got on the whistle and the foul there. That's the second team foul on the Mavericks here in the fourth. Caskey calls for it. This is a guy that Mike Kraft calls a microwave. Caskey to the bucket. Caskey, Euro step and finish. Josh Clark, who hit 4 threes in the first quarter, going to try and take over, and a technical foul. And I think it's going to be on Caden Caskey. Costly moment for a technical foul with 2:32 Josh Clark will shoot the technical free throws for Marvin Ridge. These are big right here. Clark gets the roll in the first. If you're Ardrey Kell, you had a 6-point advantage. You had the momentum in your favor. And now a turn of the tables as Clark gets the roll in the second. And the Mavericks have the basketball. Officials have done a really nice job in this one, I think. We had a moment in the third that got a little bit chippy. They got in between these two and settled things down. They've let these two schools go at it. They've let them play tonight. Big possession for the Mavericks. Dunn missed everything on the three. Hammonds behind the back. Now he's got it in transition. Freeman to the bucket and lays it home. Up ahead, Clark. Back inside. Gets it to go, but wave off the basket. It's going the other way. With 2:06 left to play, it's Ardrey Kell ball in a 6-point lead. And the Marvin Ridge student section letting their presence known with the officials right now after that last call. Here comes the trap. Freeman skips it, cross court, Caskey. The drop off, inside, Wacker, bucket and the foul. Through contact, Owen Wacker, a chance at three. And a timeout at 1:48. We'll keep it right here. Folks, if you like what you're seeing here tonight, we're heading to Garinger Friday night. That should be another good doubleheader upon us. The women's teams with Independence and Garinger off to great starts. That one starts at 6 o'clock. Streaming live right here on BahakelSports.com. And then next Tuesday night, we go to Concord. West Rowan taking on the Spiders. Same game time, 6 and 7:30. Right here on BahakelSports.com. West Rowan and Concord, two really good 3A programs in that Concord area. We've got an interesting finish coming here with 1:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Owen Wacker with the and one, a chance at three. This would give Ardrey Kell a 9-point lead. He missed it. Mavericks got to move with pace. Dribble handoff, Morris. Morris slithers in the paint. Clark, floater, down the baseline, no. And Freeman pulls in the rebound. Mike Kraft says, look, guys, don't get in a hurry right now. You've got an 8-point lead with just over a minute. They're going to back this thing away. And now Marvin Ridge forced the foul. And that's going to be Josh Clark's fifth. And the 15th foul on the Mavericks, which is going to put Ardrey Kell at the line. So that's a blow not having Clark in the game the rest of the way. And so the officials are talking this over. That's the 15th foul. So Hammond's at the line. And knocks down the first. Well, it's interesting when you start thinking about it. Of course, folks, it's only December, but the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, with the RPI system, games like this could help. Even though it's a non-conference matchup, you look, if these two teams are able to have the seasons we think they are in conference play as the year goes on, could help their seeding in the state playoffs later on. 10-point game. Bridges falls away. Freeman rebound with 1:06 to go. Freeman to the bucket. And foul was on the... He was fouled before that with 1:04. We mentioned Brett Freeman just came back for this team right around Thanksgiving. Can't make on the first. He's only a junior. I tell you what, you look at Freeman, he's got great size, great length. He's a kid that can play at the next level. Step up, makes 1 of 2. Down the baseline, the drop off. Bridges with the easy finish, and a timeout with 55.5 ticks left to go in the fourth. And we'll keep it right here. Folks, you can also check out the Blitz. That's on Friday nights at 11 p.m. on WCCB, the CW in Charlotte, as well as right here on BahakelSports.com. We're going to have a hardwood edition of the Blitz this year. And game on, Monday nights, 7 o'clock. You got to stay tuned all year long, because this year, and like we saw last year, it's going to be a really good season of high school hoops in the Charlotte metro area. So Marvin Ridge led at halftime, 26-25. Led most of the third quarter. Brett Freeman caught fire early in the fourth, and Ardrey Kell hasn't looked back. They've led ever since. And of course, this is the largest lead of the game for either team. It's been single digits all night from both teams. Trap in the corner. Kraft looking to get it ahead. Caskey crosses over. Caskey, kick out, 43 seconds. Marvin Ridge has got a foul, and there it comes. They're going to put Freeman back on the line and hope for misses here in these final 42.4 takes. Freeman at the charity stripe, rattles in the first. Second one, up and good. Lead up to 12. Quick three, Bridges, it's good. Time ticking off, 32 seconds left. Kraft just got it into Freeman. He's got nowhere to go, trapped. 23 seconds, skips it, Caskey. And Caskey's fouled. Well, Caden Caskey will go to the free throw line. Been a really good basketball game. These two teams, we mentioned, out of two different conferences. Caskey 1 of 2. 20.5 ticks left. And things looking like Ardrey Kell is going to go to 7-3 on the year. Put back, yes, but it's not going to be enough. Hard fought effort by Ardrey Kell. The Knights come in here and get the road win at Marvin Ridge in a raucous environment. Final score 62-54. For Kendall Lewis, the rest of our Bahakel Sports production crew, what a night of high school hoops and a big win for Mike Kraft and his Ardrey Kell Knights, who win this one 62-54. We'll be right back with more right after these messages.